Afternoon, everyone. Just come up with another little project idea. It's all to do with the bike again. So what I was thinking, I've got this my helmet. I only just bought that, so it was about $80 or something. So I don't want to go buy another helmet. So what I'm going to do, I've got Sena, whatever you want to call them, 30k. Clicks onto that. I've got the good speakers as well. These are the original speakers that they come with. These little ones. These are like the upgraded speakers. I think they're out of the 50k, but they fit this 30k. So they're a bit louder, sound better. I've got heaps of microphone options and wires because I've got my missus got one in her helmet here. She doesn't use that much anymore, but she's got one there. So I've got a downhill mountain bike helmet, with the chin protector and all that. So that's got one in it, and then I've got a motorbike helmet with another Sena in it. So you end up with all this extra wiring and stuff like that. But what my plan is to actually put it on this helmet. It should be doable. Hot glue, so it's kind of reversible. And what I've done is I've made, so this is going to go here like that, as close as you can to that, to the visor. Might even, actually no, it can't go under. It's going to have to give it a bit of room. Yeah, like that. Just so this doesn't foul. Doesn't foul with that. No, it shouldn't. So it can go right up on it because it doesn't sit flush on the helmet. So that's my plan, is to go there. Then you got this like call center microphone thing. Shouldn't be an issue, and if I'm riding by myself, because I got bone conducting earphones as well, so I might use them, or I might just use. You can at least tuck that up out the way, so it's not in your way. And then when I go riding with my mates, then that's down like that, or you get a phone call or something like that, you can just do that. Another option. So I've jumped ahead a bit. So I've already made these things out of plastic. I think it goes this way, like that. No, it must be that way, like that. So you've got somewhere to put the speaker, like that. So I'm just going to hot glue this clear thing into the helmet. At least if it's no good, I can take it off and didn't break the helmet. And then I'll just hot glue the speaker to this, run all the wires in the helmet underneath the cage for your head, so you don't feel it anything, and should look alright. I don't really care what it looks like, but it should work. Yeah, it should be fine. So that's a cool little project, and because otherwise I don't really use this Sena too much. It's just sitting around doing nothing. And I've actually got two of these because, like I said, I've got one and my missus has got one. So this one's had a couple. You can see it's had a couple knocks. Still goes alright. Still works. So no dramas. But at least I've got a spare. I can just use hers. So the battery in mine still lasts pretty good. So yeah, actually, what I might do, just so I don't, like that. Left hand side, and that's the back, and then I'll keep that over here just because they're clear. I'll get them mixed up, and then that's the right hand side nut that way, must be. Yep. So as long as they look the same, I didn't stuff them up, must be that way. Yep, that's it. So that's what it's going to look like. Yep, cool. Done. Okay, so then that's left and back. Yep, and that's right. Yeah, it's just something to give me something to do while I'm waiting for my electric bike. The shipping information got updated this morning saying that it's in Perth, so I can't see it being too far away. It's only Monday today. They reckon they're going to deliver it Thursday. That's what it says on the shipping thing. So I can't see how it's going to take from Monday to Thursday to. It's already in Perth, so 4 days to come wherever it is in Perth to here. So should be fine. So I've got the hot glue gun set up. I might be able to do it while I'm filming. Let's have a look. Right back. I've made it fit in. There's like a little bit of a ridge in the helmet, like that. So we'll just go a couple of dabs. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade the material at some stage and not use this clear stuff, but yeah, not sure yet. Oh, that's hot. Okay, she's in. It's not, hot glue works really good on foam because it actually bites in. Yep. Just take the heat out with your fingers, transfer the heat to your fingers if you can stand it, and that kind of sets it. I'll do this side. Left and back. Yep. It's good. Yeah, it sits really nice. I fluked that. Wasn't planning on that, but there's like a ridge in the foam, and this flat edge fits perfect on it. Just sits in lovely. There we go. So not too difficult. If I knew I was going to do this, I would have bought a helmet that actually covered your ears. My mate's got one, like open face, but it comes down like this and goes round the back of your neck a little bit more. But I didn't know I was going to do this because those bone conducting headphones, they work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them, so I was just going to keep them. But if I'm going to go with my mates, I want to talk to them. I went out on the weekend with them, and they're all talking to each other, and I just got left out of the conversation, so better this way, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to hot glue this thing. I think that's better with double-sided tape. What I normally do with this is the main unit that well, it's not the main unit, but it's the bit that the main unit clicks into. Yep. So you only need one of these, and you can just transfer it from helmet to helmet. Probably run the speakers first. Yeah, I'll probably run the speakers first. I'll just let this glue go off, but that's not good unless I rip it. Oh, that's hard. Yeah, that's not moving anywhere. That's cool. And being clear, I mean, it doesn't. Not that I care what people think, what it looks like. I don't really care, but you wouldn't even know it's there. All you're going to see now is a black speaker, the back of it, which is pretty sure these are the upgraded speakers. These ones. You can see the difference in size. They're the originals, this one, and that's the upgrade. So I'm not going to. The originals are really crap. They're going to be right in your ear to even hear anything. So I must have used them in a different helmet. I can't remember. I didn't think I had that many upgraded ones, but I must do. And then, so yes, I got them upgraded, and then these are brand new upgraded that I've never used. Yeah, so I might as well use them. I've already got 3 helmets. I don't plan on getting a 4th, so yeah. And after I bought those bone conducting earphones, I realised that Sena actually make helmets for almost, they're a bit more expensive, but almost the same price as those bone conducting helmets, and could have got this with, it's a bit of a waste though, because I've already got this. When you buy the helmet, it's got this built into the helmet. But I've already got it. I've already got all the stuff. It's literally going to cost me nothing. I don't have to buy a thing. So I'll give it a shot anyway. I probably won't film. I'll come back to you at certain stages. I don't really know whether I'm going to keep using this microphone. I kind of got to make the decision now, because it's going to get hot glued on, and you can. Oh no, you can change it. No, you can't. You're going to have to take this clear thing off. You can see there, or I could just drill holes. But I think I might keep this one, because the only other option is, and I'm pretty sure these are very short range, like unless your mouth is right next to them, it won't pick up anything. So these ones with this connector are exactly what's on here now. So they're, and that one too just doesn't have the windsock on it. So they're the same. Let's put some of this away. They're old or original and upgraded speakers. I don't know what these are for. I think they're just to like extenders or something like that. I'm not too sure. So I was going to use this, because that is exactly the same as, so you got these microphones here. I don't know, they're just different to that one. It's got a Velcro pad, so it must go like in your helmet and then there, and then that goes to the Sena, so it must be for like a flip up face helmet or something like that. I'm not sure, but they're not gonna work because I got nothing to Velcro it to. The only other thing is this one, and I don't know why I've got so many other microphones and only one of these. I'm not too sure, unless this is what I'm using. Maybe that's why. That's what I'm using in the other helmets. So that's why. Yep. So then that hooks in, and then this I was thinking maybe put it on the strap like that, and that way you wouldn't even see that you got a microphone. I don't think it's going to work. It would be good to try. Would be good to try before I go to this step, because then I know I might get my missus when she gets home from work to try her one, and then we can talk to each other and see if she can hear me with this one. Because if that works, that'll be really good. I mean, even if that's like that and pressed up against your cheek, you wouldn't even know that there's a microphone there. It'd look better than that. That looks like you work at a call center in India somewhere, a scam thing. But yeah, that would be really good if you could get that like that built into the strap. Don't know how I'll do it. Oh yeah, it's got a bit of Velcro, so I could just bung some Velcro on that. So I might do that. Wait till she gets home, and then, because once this is glued to that, you can't change this microphone. So you got to kind of figure out which microphone you want to use before you go too far. But I'll get back to you anyway when that happens. Okay, that's come up really good. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to leave it like that. I tried that other microphone, but the strap's just a little bit too far around the corner from your mouth, so you can hear it, but it's not very good. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I'll put the other center on because this one's a bit newer, so I'm going to start using that one. It's way newer actually. It's probably like 2 years newer than mine, and mine got hammered for the first 2 years, so every week kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to start using that one, and I'll keep the other one as a spare, or maybe flog it off. But all I did was I glued that to that, so that's nice and tight. And if you want to swap it between helmets, you just click that and off she goes. Otherwise you put it on, clip it on. If you want to talk to people, put that down, put that to your mouth like that. And if you don't want to talk to people, put it up there. Wouldn't even know it was there, really. You won't be in your vision. I just put a bit of black tape over the things there. A bit of hot glue mess there, like that. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad. And then I just tidied up the wiring in here, and just that's come off. The hot glue didn't go off properly. There it goes. I've only just done it. Yeah, might have to just put a little dab there, but you can see inside there. It's all nice and neat. No wires in your hair or anything. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it sounds good too. These things are right in your ears. The bottom is just resting on your ears, but you can still hear what's going on around you. That's what I couldn't ride with earplugs or anything like that. But these are good because you can still hear what's going on. Yeah, so I haven't used these in ages, and it's asking. I just got the new app for them, and it's asking to do a firmware update on them. So I'm going to go and do that, and yeah, job well done. I reckon that'll be cool. I'm not going to go for a ride because I was reading about these couriers dropping my bike off, and they'll just leave it. You've got to tell them if you don't want them to leave it. So I'm going to get it delivered to work. I just don't know how I'm going to get it home, that's all. Otherwise they do call you, and so if they call, I'm only not far. I'm only like 5 minutes from here, so like where my work is to here, so I might get them just to call me when they're coming or when they're here, and I'm only 5 minutes away, and I'll just come and let them in. So I think I'll do that, rather than, because if you tell them that someone needs to sign for it, it's tricky, because where I work we finish at 2:30. So if they go there after 2:30 and no one's there, yeah, it's just difficult. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got the Google doorbell, so I'll know if somebody's here. Go outside and have a look out here. It's really nice today. Yeah, I've got the Google doorbell, so I'll know when someone's here, and it's happened before, and I've just come home quickly from work to come and let them in, put the bike in, and then go. Well, it wasn't a bike; it was something else, but yeah, that's the reason I don't want to get it delivered to work, because if it's after 2:30, they come, no one's going to be there, and I don't want to. If they leave it there, it won't be there when I get there tomorrow. Same if I don't want them to leave them out the front of the house, and I don't want to do the don't leave it unless someone's there to sign for it, because then if no one's here to sign for it, it's going to go to Welshpool, which is not far from mine, but it's a heap of traffic, and I can only get there in the afternoons after work, and it's hour and a half, 2 hour round trip, and I'm not even sure if the bike's going to fit in my wagon. It probably would, but it probably won't. I'll probably have to unwrap it there and put it in the car in pieces. So I really want it delivered to here, but with me being here. So in the Arvos, I'm probably not going to go for a ride to try this out. That's what I was trying to say, and I'm trying to think of a way to say it that makes sense. But that's what I kind of want to be here when the bike's here. So yeah, so I probably won't try this setup out until I turn that off. Until I get the new electric bike. And you can hear that from here. That's really loud. I don't know what happened there. Didn't turn off. There you go. It's probably too loud. That's the volume. I've got to learn how to reuse this. These are good, but they're it's like learning a second language on how to use it. I think that's off. Yep, red light, and then it turns off. Yep. Yeah, that's a button. That's a scroll. That's a button, and then there's another, for some reason, another hidden button just there, and that's one of the main buttons too. And then you're meant to pop that up like that. If you don't know how these work, they're pretty cool. Oh, that's actually, yeah, mine doesn't do that. That springs up. Mine doesn't do that. What's the name? So what they do is, they're not Bluetooth. It's called a Mesh 2.0 network. So if you're just riding you and someone else, you can use these as a Bluetooth headset, but you'll only get 50 meters or so. So then as long as your other mate's got a Sena, like I've got a real cheap one of these off Amazon or eBay or something, and it's just Bluetooth, and I can use this to talk to the real cheap one. It's a bit of a hassle, and I can't even remember how to do it. It took me like an hour to set it up last time, but yeah, so it does work, but you won't get much distance out of it. It's okay if you're on a scooter or a bike, but on a motorbike it wouldn't be that you'd have to be right next to each other all the time. So then what they've come up with is this Mesh 2.0, and so if it's just you and a mate on Mesh 2.0, I think you can go for a few hundred meters, 300 meters, or I can't remember exactly. I've got the books over there. I can't remember exactly how far it is, but it's a fair distance. And we've stretched them out on the scooters and on the bikes as well, on the push bikes too, and you can talk. But then what happens is if you have other people, say you're riding in a line, and you're all, say, 300 metres apart or 200 metres apart, whatever the max distance is, the person at the front can still talk to the person at the back that's like 2 kilometres away, because your signal is just piggybacked between everybody else in the network. So that's pretty cool. So you won't lose. If you're riding with a big group, it works really well. And it's amazing, even... So it's not just one person talks and everybody else gets muted. You can, like 3 people can talk at once, and it's just like you're sitting across the table from everyone while you're riding. It's really good. It's not just good by being able to talk to people about stupid stuff, but even if there's something up ahead, like a bollard or a pothole or something coming up, and the first person sees it, they just yell it out, and then even someone walking towards you on a bike path or something. So at least everybody gets a heads up of any dangers coming up ahead. So that saved us a few times. So that's kind of why I wanted to get it back up and running. Adds a bit of weight, but it's not that heavy. It's pretty good. Well worth it, I think. At least you can have some tunes while you're riding. You take phone calls. I've talked to a few people on these while I've been riding or out on the scooter, and when I had this set up on a different helmet, and you talk to them and tell them you're out riding, and they think you're just in your house talking. It's very clear. It's a good setup. Yeah, and especially now that it's got these bigger, more powerful speakers, they're well worth the upgrade. I can't remember. I think I got them off Amazon. They're about $80. I can't remember. It was years ago when I got them. But heaps more bass and a lot louder. So not louder as in, well, they're louder, but I didn't want it louder so that you can have the music blaring and not hearing what's going on. It's just so you can have them a little bit further away from your ears. Because when they're in the helmet, they're a little bit further away, and unless your ear is exactly in line with it, you don't really hear it. Whereas these ones, because they are louder, it gives you a little bit more leeway in where you put the speaker. It doesn't have to be right up against your head. And even with the original speakers, you max them out, and they don't sound very good. Whereas these, you've only got to have them on like halfway or a little bit more, plenty loud enough, and they sound really good. So you sound like a proper set of headphones. Yeah. So, I mean, these are open, so you're going to get a bit of wind noise and stuff like that. But in a motorbike helmet, they're enclosed and they're like a pair of headphones. So, yeah. But all good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's turned out really good. So, I'll end it there. I'm going to go and update the firmware on this now because that's probably 3 years old since it's ever been connected to a computer. So, I'll go and update the firmware. I'll probably do my other one as well. That's up here somewhere. I've got a bit of a collection. Here it is. Yeah, so I'll do that one as well. That's all the stuff getting ready for the e-bike. So it's almost here. I can't wait for it. And I've just got the bag today as well. So that's going to be the bag on the back. Comes with a rack on the back above the back tyre. So that's going to be the bag for it. So yeah, can't wait. It's good. But otherwise, this thing's going pretty good. I just did the bar riser yesterday, and that's going sick. So I haven't tried that out actually, but it all went back together pretty nice. So all good, yeah. I rang up the people for that bench. It was meant to be, the container was meant to land on Saturday in Fremantle, and then they were going to get it today and unpack it, and I was meant to get that other bench today or tomorrow. I rang her up this morning. I didn't want to drive out there for no reason, so I rang her up, and she said Wednesday she's getting the container. Apparently it's locked in for Wednesday. So she said Thursday or Friday I should be able to come past and pick up that second bench, whack these wheels on it. Whack those wheels so it's the same as them. And then I'm back to having my 2 benches. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that second bench before I get the bike, and then that way I've got a bit of room to move. But because I have cleaned up in here, I've got a bit of real estate back now, so it's pretty good. Yeah. And then we also got we're getting a sauna. We've had one for a few years. It's one of those, if I find a picture I'll whack it up here. But it was like a cheap Chinese one. It was just as COVID was starting. Because I listen to Joe Rogan all the time, and he was talking about them, and I was like, yeah, cool. I'm not spending $4,000, $5,000, whatever they're worth. So I just bought this cheap one that you sit in, and your head sticks up out through the top, but the rest of your body's in there. I think it had some holes for your hands as well, and it's just got three infrared panels all connected together to a power supply, and then like a little control thing, and it works pretty good. It made you really work up a sweat, got hot, but it was really uncomfortable. I'm pretty tall, so I couldn't really sit in it for that long. So I stopped using it for probably a year, and then I had the idea. I'll go inside. Hang on a tick. Excuse the mess, but this is a bit of a junk room at the moment. So I'm trying to sell those 2 scooters there, and then that's all our camping stuff when we go camping. We're actually going in about 5 weeks. So I'll probably do a video on that actually. We're going down to Mandurah. That'll be a nice little video actually. We're not taking everything because we're staying at a mate's place. Him and his missus got a place down there, and so we're going to camp in the backyard because we've got the dogs. I didn't want to. What do you mean? What do you call it? Put too much of I didn't want the dogs running around. If that was my house, I wouldn't want dogs running around inside and making a mess. Not that they're messy dogs. They don't lose hair or anything, but still, it's not your house, so do the right thing. So we're going to stay in their backyard. They got a decent sized backyard and a big carport for a caravan. So we're going to we got the big tent down there. It's like a 12 or 10-man tent. Can't really see it and I can't move it. It's a big tent, fast frame pop up. It's up in about 10 minutes, nothing. So we're just going to set that up and be in their backyard. We're just going on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday back. So we'll leave here Friday. It's only about an hour and a half from here or so. So that'd be nice. Get a few drinks in and some nice meals. So so I've got to kind of clear this room out by then. But like I said, I'm not going to bring all the cooking stuff. There's no need for that because we can cook at their house if we want to. But we're going to go out for most of the meals anyway because by the time we get there, it's going to be Friday lunchtime. So we'll probably have lunch along the way. And then we'll be there for Friday night, all of Saturday. And then pack up. So we want to get back here quite early on Sunday. Just unpack the car, do all the washing, wash the dogs and all that stuff. So yeah, we're going to... what's the name? So we'll leave pretty early Sunday. So we'll probably pack up and then get breakfast on the way back. So it's only really for Friday night and 3 meals on Saturday. So there's no point bringing all the... That's half the stuff really, is cooking, cleaning up. The kitchen in that box just there is the kitchen bit that you unfold and put your stove on. So we won't have to bring any of that. We won't have to bring that big box up here. That's like the big 5 metre by 3 metre thing you put on the ground so you don't get sand and stuff in your tent. So I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, we'll bring all the sleeping bags, but yeah, a lot of that stuff we're not bringing. So pretty cool. So that's the sauna. So it's a grow tent. I can't remember the size, but it's literally for one person. And I just put a towel on that, sit on a towel, and then put a towel on the floor as well because the sweat, it's like raining. Yeah, the sweat just drips off you. Seals up pretty good. I think it seals up too good because after about 15 minutes, you just want to get out. It's like you're running out of oxygen. So I'm actually going to sell this. There's a little controller there. It's literally just time and temperature. Oh, yeah, you can't really see it. It's just time and temperature. And then they're the original panels out of the original sauna. And I just ripped them apart, hung them up, and it goes alright. But I got used to it. It only gets to about 50 degrees, and I've been using it every few days for the last 6 months. And it doesn't. I'm kind of used to it now. It doesn't get quite hot enough. And my missus has started using it, so we can't both fit in there. So she's, one day she'd use it, one day because as soon as you get out, you got to go for a shower. So one day she'd use it, one day I'd use it. So this thing was running every day pretty much. So I thought, well, might as well. Not that it costs a lot to run, but just go in together, and you only have to run it because they reckon if you can go 4 times a week for half an hour, 40 minutes, that's perfect. You won't get any more benefit by going more than that. But there is more of up until that 3 or 4 times a week for 40 minutes. That's about as much as you want to go. You can go more, but there's no benefit. So I thought, well, let's get a proper 2-person one with the wood. I think it's Canadian hemlock wood, and it's this is only far infrared, I think, or just near infrared. I can't remember. The one we're getting is a full spectrum, so it does the whole thing. So it's got those panels, but bigger and more of them. And it's also got some infrared things where you can see the orange. I can't remember which one's which. It's got chromotherapy. I don't know if that works. It's just coloured lights. It's got an ion generator in there, so it kind of cleans the air as you're in there as well. Glass front, and then 3 wooden walls around it. It's got a Bluetooth, MP3, stereo. The control panel's in there. It's got a nice little seat that you sit on. You don't have to bring that stupid plastic thing in there. So a bit more comfy seats, all wooden. And then it's got a nice glass door, all sealed around the glass. So I went and had a look at it today. So signed up for that. But it's going to be a while away. It's going to be the end of next month, she reckons. So another month and a half away or so. But all good. She's just up in Joondalup. And their warehouse is actually just around the corner, well, in the same suburb as us in Lansdale. So must be in the industrial area up the top there where I went for that ride the other week. So she's only going to charge us an extra $50 because it's only got to come from there to here. So it saves me hiring a trailer because it won't fit in my wagon, unfortunately. And if I was to hire a trailer, it'd be $30-$40, and I'd have to lift it in and lift it out. Whereas for $50, they just bring it straight here and put it in, and it goes together pretty good. I was having a look at it today. Literally, you just stand the panel up, and then it's got like a like a clasp that just goes over the corner, one at the top, one at the bottom on each corner. There's no screws or anything. Not that I wouldn't be able to do it if it was screws, but yeah, really easy. And anywhere there is, like on the side panel, that has to connect to the back panel, she said there's just a nice little plug. So you just plug it all together, stand it up, do it up. She reckons it takes 20 minutes to put up. So yeah, so that'll be good. So I'll do a video when we get it and try it out. But apparently these ones get up to about 65-ish, 70 degrees, and this one only gets to barely cracks 50. So should be good. Sweat it out a bit. Good for your muscles and all that. If you read, I'm not going to advocate for them, but yeah, I just heard some doctors talking about it. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. You do feel better coming out of it. Really nice. So yeah, so you get a bit of a workout in there while you're in there, even though you're not doing anything. It increases your heart rate and your cardio and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll give it a shot. But anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll get back to you. Probably the next video I'll do is when I get the bike. It's here in a couple of days, so I'll do a bit of a build video. I won't like do an hour and a half video on how to build the thing. I don't think it's that detailed. It kind of comes together. You just gotta, like, you don't have to connect hydraulic brake lines. It's all together. You just got to snap the handlebars on, put the wheels on, put the seat on, and set it up a bit, I suppose, and you're done. Probably take longer to charge a battery up than it will to put it together. So see how we go. Yeah. Anyway, cheers for watching. There's not much more else I can say about the sauna or that helmet. All good. Yeah. Catch you later.